Hello, guys, and welcome to the Passion for Growth show. Today, with my colleague Peter, we'll be talking about the connection message and why it's important and how to send appropriate connection messages to, to be accepted. So, Peter, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, hello. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Peter. I'm a psychologist and I have been working in Passion for Growth for pretty much as long as it has been established. And I am the guy that is in charge of the delivery process, which basically means whether all of the process that we are doing for our clients, the connection messages, the what is written in the connection request that we send, in the follow-ups is written properly, is structured well, and is an actual representation of the vision, the mission, and the goal of the company that we are working
for. Okay, Peter. So, when it comes to connecting with people, why it's important to send them a connection note with our connection request on LinkedIn?
Yeah, so just like when you're meeting someone in person, it's very important for you to introduce yourself, especially if you want to build a human connection with them. Now, the meeting note that you send would generally be something personal, something that you like about them, about their profession, about the road that they have traveled so far, or a hobby that, for example, they have listed in the description and you particularly like. This is normal because when we communicate, this is what we are interested in, and the professional side of things comes only after you have built a actual human contact, of interacting in a human way with the person.
Okay, and thank you very much. And how to choose the best topic to talk about in the connection message?
Well, you should actually come naturally. You can choose whatever you like about the other person. It's pretty simple.
Okay, is there some tips you can tell us to, to be more accurate, for example, and to look more like professional and to, to make a good first impression to the other side?
Well, the most uh, accurate way I can describe it is try to introduce yourself over LinkedIn the way you would introduce yourself to the other person if you were meeting them eye to eye. So be direct, be personal, and be profoundly polite.
Okay, and is it important to do a little research about the person and their company and their position and their story, like their life story before sending the connection note?
Most of the time, it can be very beneficial, yes, because, for example, when I send a connection request to someone over LinkedIn, I always look at the road that they have gone through to reach the position that they're currently in. So to me, that's what really impresses me most. And this is what I use when I connect with other people. I emphasize on the journey that they have come, and I generally tell them how they've impressed me.
Okay, great, thanks. And so I know that you're using LinkedIn for a lot of time.
Yeah.
Maybe more than 2 years. And what do you think are the most mistakes that people make when sending a connection note?
Well, depends who you're sending a connection note to. But if you're trying to send a connection note to someone, you're deeply careful. One of the most common mistakes is to not actually have a connection note. Because once you have a connection note, it's much more easier to approach the person afterwards because you have something to bond over. If they accept it, that likely means they have read it, and that would suggest that you can continue the conversation from there. Even though more often than not, the person, if they read the note and if it's really well written, they would reply back without you having said anything additionally. And the conversation can start to unfold from itself. So what's another mistake that people do when sending a connection note is that, especially if they're doing business, is they promote their business directly from the connection note, which would in return have a lot of negative impact because it's very limited. You can only have 150 characters in the connection note, and it does not give a very good overview of what your business is actually doing, how you're doing it, and it gives an opportunity for the person on the other side, without knowing what you're doing more in depth, to straight cut you out without you being able to properly introduce yourself.
Yeah, I feel it because I received a lot of them, and basically, you know, for me, it's not important what someone is doing. It's important in the way that I recognize it will help to my business. But before recognize any opportunity, first I have to get in touch with this person naturally, and after that, maybe you know, if I am an explorer, for example, to get some interest in what they are doing. Okay, so
yeah.
Yeah.
And what I want to add to what you're saying is that if you want to do business with someone and you want to do good business, it's always you have to like the other person, the person on the other side. You very rarely make successful businesses with people you don't like. So once you establish human connection, this leads to establishing good business practices all over.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, and my experience proved it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, and my last question is, how can I, you know, what's the easiest way to start a conversation with someone that may lead to move forward easy?
Are you asking about the connection request or
Yeah,
after
yeah,
they've
yeah. The connection request. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the easiest way is to, well, it's not always easy. It really depends on the person. You have to, when you send a connection to someone, you have to analyze how they've written their bio. For example, if they said that in their bio that they have a dog, a child, for example, or family, it will be, it will not be as good enough to approach them with a professional connection, because you have a person that's family oriented and you're posting them with a professional connection, which those two don't match. If they have, they say I like dogs, and you can use it in connection to mention, hey, I have a dog too, right? So this will make it for a more natural conversation to flow afterwards. Like, what dog do you have? And does it bother you when you work? You know, so you can transition to the conversation to more topic. And if the person have a very business portfolio, obviously you will not talk to them about
Okay, so thank you very much, and thanks for watching this. Stay tuned and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.